Let's also quickly take a look at other stocks that we're tracking.
Yes, Shweta. So among the top gainers in the Nifty pack today was Hero MotoCorp. The stock has surged about 2% or so in today's session. Now there were some comments from the management that it expects a 30% increase in booking this festive season, and inquiries have in fact increased by around 20%. So on the back of this, Hero MotoCorp is factoring in a double-digit growth in this festive season. As a result, we have seen a good run-up in the stock, and it was up about 2% in today's trade. Now, steel stocks, Shweta, as I said, saw a fair bit of a run-up today in a broader, amid a broader uptick in the metal pack. Now, metal pack, as I said, has been on a bit of a bull run, and since October 9, the Nifty metal pack has increased by about 2% or so, and we are seeing a good bit of movement coming in steel stocks as well, where JSW Steel was up about 1.7% and Tata Steel also ended 1.5% higher. Now LTIMindtree was another stock which featured in the list of top gainers. The stock snapped its 3-day losing streak to surge about 1.3%. Now the company will declare its Q2 results on October 18th. And the expectation is that it will perhaps fare better than some of the other companies that have come out with its results. Among the losers, Shweta, was Divis Lab. Now Divis Lab has been under pressure lately. In the last 1 month or so, the stock has corrected by about 3.5%, but on a 6-month basis, the stock is still up around 15% or so. Nestle India was another stock which was among the losers today. The stock ended 1.9% lower. Now this was after the run up that we have seen in stock prices. On Friday the stock was up about 2%, and in the anticipation of the stock split that is expected to happen, the board will talk about it in its upcoming meeting on October 19th, by the way, which will also be the date when it announces its Q2 results. The expectation is that perhaps Nestle is going to go for its first ever stock split. So the stock was in an uptrend, but today we are seeing some profit booking taking place. TCS continues to be under pressure since its Q2 results. In fact, in the same time frame, in the last 5-6 sessions, it has corrected by about 3% or so. Today also it was down about 1.3%. IndusInd Bank and Asian Paints were some of the other losers. Both stock corrected by about 1.2%.
All right, let's talk about top gainers first. Two steel businesses in the top gainers this afternoon. What's weighing in on the steel industry?
Actually, I couldn't find any report on why the steel stocks are rallying, but there are also reports surfacing that we can perhaps expect a uptick in the Chinese economy.
Okay.
The numbers are due to come out later this week. Q3 GDP data is due to come out this week.
Let's get Amit to talk about that. Amit, are the markets expecting an uptick in Chinese growth and consumption, hence upward rally in steel stocks?
I think that line of reasoning one can expect at quite a lot of points in the past 6 months or so, because the Chinese economy is going through a slump, so there is always a expectation that they are going to come up with a stimulus package, and that sort of increases steel prices. But we have to look at our own government's infrastructure boost which is pushing the demand for the steel. So I believe that one should remain bullish about the sector's prospects. A lot of these have been trading in range for quite some time, so there are some sort of a technical breakout also in that. But given the infrastructure push, all the railways projects, the infrastructure projects, the port projects, etc., the steel consumption within India is about to increase. So even if we don't get a stimulus out of China, even our own consumption patterns are sufficient enough to generate good demand out of it. Apart from that, around this time there are always expectations about changes in the taxes and the import duties on steel, which could again favor a lot of the companies. So I think these are some of the catalysts which are driving the demand. I'm not sure people are sort of expecting too much out of China given the slump they had.
Okay.
But one could see some sort of import duties put on steel in the coming months.